Good evening, everybody. So today's topic, like today, we don't have a zonal coordinator or a chairman Anshuman ji in the meeting today. Let me see whether Prabir has come. No. So let us get into the session directly. So the topic of the day is how to collect club membership due without a single phone call. So now let's get into a discussion. So how this can be done. So practically, how we can collect money or the biggest headache of collecting the membership due without struggling. So before getting it, let me ask a question to everybody. How easy you feel is a collection of membership due? Is it a easy thing or is it a tough thing? I'm sure there may be treasurers here, presidents here, secretaries here. How easy it is? Do you think all your club members pay the money on time? You can say yes if it is easy. You can say no if it is tough. 50-50. I love that. So, so it is a tough job. Why? Because there are so many factors involved. One, you're not doing a business in Rotary. It's not that you're collecting money for the business where you are raised an invoice. The boss gives the money. The due date is today. You can't do that. Second, you are a president for 1 year. So as a president, you have to be, or a president or a leader of the club, you have to be in good terms with all the members of your club. You cannot chase your members for money. Do you agree with me? You can't chase members for money by saying that boss, you need to pay today, you need to pay today, you need to pay today. You can't do that. You need to be polite, you need to be nice, you need to say, boss, please help me, because there is fund shortage in the clubs, just ensure that you make the payment. Plus, there are a lot of past presidents in the club who are already dominating in the club, who are in the senior positions in the club. They may be good paymasters in terms of other projects, maybe for TRF or a lot of things, where they may be casual in terms of the club payment, but they are good in terms of other work. So you can't keep chasing them for money. So how do you handle this? And that too for clubs who have got more than 30, 40 members in a club, where it's a tough time. So to call people and say, please, Chinnoji, can you make a payment today? Usha, can you make the payment today? Srinivas, can you make the payment today? So now finally they will stop picking up your call. Why? Because you are irritating them by asking for money. Do you agree with me? Friends, don't do any other chat in the chat box. Just let us communicate on the subject of the topic. Do you agree with me that it's a pain for me to keep calling up people and finally they may even end up not picking up my call? Why? Because Arey Naren is chasing me for the money continuously. How do we handle this part? How do we ensure that the life is simple for a leader of the club or the leaders of the club, where instead of struggling and wasting our time, how we can use technology to collect money? Second problem is someone makes a payment. Kalpesh Saraf makes a payment. On July 1st, he made a payment. But he has not communicated to the club treasurer saying that I made a payment. Now there is a payment coming in the system, but the treasurer does not know who has made the payment. Now, how will the treasurer chase others? Because he's worried. There are 10 payments come. Out of that, only 4 is known to me, and the rest 6 are not known to me. Now, how do I communicate to the rest? Because there are chances Kalpesh would have made a payment or has not made a payment. I don't know whether to call up Kalpesh and ask for the payment or not. Yes or no, I need this communication. Yes or no, I want everybody to participate. We are 87 people here today. Let's communicate. Let's communicate. Because unfortunately, the banking system, the bank statement, you will see some part of his name. Or at times the payment is come from Kalpesh company. So instead of Kalpesh Saraf, it might have come as XYZ company. Let's say his company name is uh, ABCD Logistics. The ABCD Logistics payment will come as a treasurer. I don't know who owns ABC Logistics. Third is they'll say check is ready, but signature is not ready. You need to wait for 3 days. That means I need to keep chasing the club member saying that, boss, तीन दिन के बाद फोन करो because I am busy with something and my check will be ready after 3 days. Now, my headache as a treasurer, either to go to his office or send someone to his office to collect the check, and there are chances that check is not signed or he is not there in the office. So look at the time that is wasted in terms of collection of a membership due. And this, look at the stress for the club president and secretary and treasurer. There is a due which has to be paid to the Rotary International. They cannot delay that. Dues has to be paid to Rotary News Trust. They will see communication, send communication to you. You need to pay to district dues to the district governor. They will also put pressure on you. The district treasurer will keep pressurizing you to make the payment. Now, how we can organize this well in such a way that we should be able to collect the membership due without making a single phone call. So the story builds in how we can do that. Now there are two things. As I said, a member can make a payment by check, cash, or his NEFT, which he's been doing earlier. Second option is how we can make a payment by credit card or a debit card, and the money will still go to your club account. Now let me show you a single demo where how it functions. A simple link which a club can send it to you in your WhatsApp, or an automated email and a WhatsApp can go to every member from the system, and member has to just click on that link and a lot of things can happen there. So I'm going to show you how this link functions now. So my request to you, let's not have any cross discussions in the chat box right now. Chandresh ji or anybody, let us just focus on this part because Sannyasi ji and Chandresh ji, just focus on this part. So we will have a discussion where we will take you into the thing and we can have your opinions there. So my request you, do not use the chat box for this right now. So let us use for the chat box only for the communication, which I may request you to do for. Requesting you guys. Because I want you also to see this and focus on what am I trying to explain you. Now look at my screen. A simple link comes to you which says Rotary Club of my club, and there's option to make a payment. I just need to click on the button to make the payment. Now, when I click on the payment, there's a drop down. It shows the membership fees and everything. It's just a dummy link now. So now, yeah, sorry, it's the right link of 30,000 bucks. Now, how do I make the payment? I just have to click on this button. I can search for my name in the list. I select my name. It shows my details, my email ID and my mobile number hidden so that the world cannot see this. And I have two buttons here. Mode of payment by online or by offline. So I can just select my name from the drop down, selected my name, and I get a click on the offline payment. What is offline payment? It's a normal process that you are club, the normal way you may be paying the payment by check or a cash or by NEFT, which is directly being done to the club. Now, what is the option that I can choose? I can choose option of annual, semi-annual one and semi-annual two, which my club has got. In some clubs may not have a semi-annual one, may have only the annual option. So let me I select the option of annual payment. Now, how do I make the payment? I'll make a payment to NEFT, cash or a check. For example, I select the option of check. Now it asks for the bank name, which check I'm depositing, bank name. Example, I write Union Bank of India and check number. I'll say 12345 6 is the check number. And I can also attach a image of the check from my mobile or from the desktop. I'm just showing you for the sample thing. I'm just attaching the image of the check. Example. And I given to whom? Imagine some clubs has got a person to manage. I can write, let's say in my club I have a person called as Suhas. So I given the check to Suhas. When did I give the check to him? I gave the check to him on 10th July And remark, I can write anything. Gave check to July. Please deposit it on 11th. Example, 11th of July. Let's say. And I click on the submit button. So moment I click on the submit button, so my data gets stored in this. Of course, I will not click on the submit button because of live data. So moment I click on the submit button, the system stores that and my process is completed as a because I'm giving a check payment. Now instead of a check payment, I can go and change check to NEFT. If I say NEFT, it will ask for the bank name, transaction ID, and I can put the NEFT transaction details here and put the remark. If I give a cash, I can also mention as I given the cash to so and so. Given to whom? It says and the date and the remark you can do. Now, one more option. Let's say instead of cash or a check, I want to make the payment by credit card. So when I select credit card option and click on the payment, now see this, it picks up automatically the option of me to make the payment by credit card. So I can select the credit card, type the credit card number, and let's say I want to make the payment by a specific card number. I can select the card number and make the payment. Now, instead of 30,000 bucks, the figure increased. So what happens is when a person is making a payment through credit card or through the online mode completely, there is an additional charge which the credit card company charges. So that is not levied onto the club. It is levied onto the member. That means as a member, because I would like to make a payment by credit card, the payment is accepted, but it is going through the credit card option. So there is a credit card charges which the club will not be bearing it. That means if the club is charging 30,000 bucks, the club will collect only 30,000 bucks. It cannot collect 29,999 from me. So it will collect only 30,000 bucks from me. And the moment I select that 30,000 bucks and make the payment, whatever the credit card charges will be levied onto me because I prefer to make the payment by online mode and the payment will get submitted in the system. So clear on this part? Now, my job is completed once I make the payment. So let me just actually make the payment. Anyway, I had to, there's a due for me to make the payment. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to make the payment by online. I'm selecting the option of annual dues. Let me make the payment so that the whole process is understood to everybody. Give me a second. I don't want the credit card number to be displayed. Some network issue here. Maybe because of that, I'm not getting the OTP option here. Let me just redo it. I'm just typing the card number. I don't want the world to see the card number, just hidden it. Wait, 157. See this now? I got the screen. I click on the confirm. My payment is done. So the process is, moment I make the payment, the whole cycle gets completed and I will get a receipt. But unfortunately, there is a network issue. So the OTP is not coming into my bank from the bank. So I'm not able to type that again and again. So, but you understood the process. I just selected the online payment and the payment is made. The moment I make the payment, I will get a receipt from the club. So I don't need you want to wait for the club treasurer to struggle and go there, check that. Why? Because it's online payment. But if it's offline payment, then it is a different process. So what happens? Let me just show you that for a second. Give me 1 minute. Let's say if I make a offline payment, what happens? If I make an offline payment, when I log in as a club treasurer or a club president or a club secretary, I get a notification like this. Membership due collection request is pending. That means someone has made a payment and he wants you to approve that the payment is made or not. So when I click on do it now, it takes you to a sheet. You can actually see the name here. This is a sample name we have put. Now, this person has made a payment and can you see this? Satish, sorry. Satish has made a payment and he has put a message here whether you need to approve it. I just need to go here, double check. Can you see this? Now she says, I made a payment. This is the check number or whatever NEFT number she has attached as a sample and I need to approve it. If I approve it, I can also put a comment. Thank you, Kushbu. We have received your annual payment. Now I click on the approve. The moment I click on approve, this notification gets updated and the Kushbu's name gets updated with the payment made. So now when I go into Kushbu's name, let me just show you that. Can you see this? There is no reminder button. There's option to send a receipt to her again if required. I can send a fresh receipt to her whenever she needs it. There is no option for a reminder. But when I go to other people's name in the list, can you see this? There is a button for reminders here. You can send a reminder to them by email or a WhatsApp. So what am I explaining here is any person who's made a payment, automatically it picks up the option of a receipt button there because they already made a payment and the reminder button goes off from them. But the people who are not made a payment, you can get an option of a reminder. Now, if I click on this button, click send WhatsApp reminders to all the unpaid members. Only those who are not paid will get a reminder from the club. Same thing for me for an email. Let's say I click on the unpaid member. If I say okay, all the people who are in this list, who are the members of the club, will get a notification from the club. So how did I go for that? Once we enable the payment gateway module to you, you will see a button here called as membership dues. So when I click on the membership due and edit it, you will get the list of things. Now, can you see one more green color here? What it means is this particular gentleman is a new member in the club. So we need to edit and add his data as what category he belongs to, because there are chances in your club there may be a lady member where the prices are different for them. A normal member, the price may be different for them, or a couple member, the price may be different for them. So when a new member is added to the club, we need to go and write what is the amount that we need to get collected from him. So that green color is where we need to fill the details saying that, okay, now you need to make annual dues of say 20,000 bucks and semi-annual of 10 and 10 example. But the yellow color says someone has made a payment and he is expecting a approval from the club president or secretary or treasurer. And otherwise, imagine I made a payment online. Nothing to worry. Why? Because the system will automatically generate my receipt and I will get a receipt and the whole cycle gets complete. Unfortunately, I could not make the payment because of error in the thing, or else I would have shown you how the receipt also looks. Everything is completely automated. So once I go into this list, I have an option to send a mass email and a WhatsApp to only those who have not made a payment. Now there may be doubt in your mind. Someone has made a semi-annual one. Will he still get a reminder every time? No. If someone has made a semi-annual one payment, he won't get a reminder till 31st of December. So from 1st of January, he will get a reminder for the semi-annual two. But otherwise, he will not get a reminder. One more thing is, imagine in my club, I have Anurag Anand, who normally does not pay on time. So I want to send a reminder to only Anurag because I know he is a regular delayer in the payment. I can go to only Anurag and click on send a WhatsApp. Only Anurag will get a WhatsApp message. And the rest of the people that to so look at the message now. Anurag so and so. This is a sample message. Click on it, send, and the message goes to only him. And I can also send a email to him. And in the email I can write, please pay before 10th July, example, or say 12th July. Click on send. Now, this mail will go to him And that too, in case your content has your bank details and everything on that can be sent to him from the system itself. So now this is what the tool which can actually help us in doing it. Now I may want to download a report. Tomorrow in my club meeting, I want to download a report and show it to the club members of BOD who all has paid and who has not paid. I just have to click on this report. The report gets generated and it actually can show you the entire data. Hold on. I'm just showing you the report. Can you see this report? It says a members thing. Of course, the is a demo, so the value is 0 here. But what when was this paid? Let's say now Aishwarya paid on 10th of so and so time. Khushbu paid on so and so date and so time. Everything is in the record here. And who has not paid, there's a red color, and who has paid, there's a green color here. So that means for you to discuss with the club, I said this is what the payment is made by people and this is what the payment is not made. You have the record here. Now, let me, before getting into question answer session, let me ask you one more thing. There are people who are not gone into the application, but they made a payment. But as a treasurer, I know that they made a payment. So Swaminathan has made a payment, but he's not told me that he's made a payment, but he's called me. Still, I can go into the system, select Swaminathan and edit it. So, okay, Swaminathan has made a payment. How do I do that? I go into the system, select a particular person. Imagine that this particular gentleman has made a payment. Let's say Anurag has made a payment. I can go here, edit it, and fill that. Okay, Anurag has made a payment by NEFT, and NEFT number is ABCD 12345. And he made a payment on 10th. Remark, received his payment. Now, do you want to send a receipt to him? I can say yes. If I say now, he will get a, okay, date, transaction and data, and click on the save button and it can be completed. It asks the receipt to be sent, record saved successfully. Now, automatically the system has already updated that I have made a payment of annual payment of Anurag. The system is updated. Now, when I refresh this link, I will see that Anurag is already made a payment. When I go into Anurag, it does not show a reminder here now. It only shows a receipt option here. So when I click on the receipt, a receipt copy, so and so, total amount, all the details can be resent to him again. And he will get a receipt with your club logo in that, everything systematically from this system itself. So your time of creating a receipt is also gone. Your time of compiling who has not paid and struggling to collect that data and then sending in the messages individually is gone. Now it's all completely online.